ahead and bring us to the right map, which is the sinking city map. Making sure everything's working. You all can see it just fine.
Yes.
All right. Then,
Uh,
hello everyone, and welcome back
I'm
to
sorry.
a unusually short session of Candlekeep Mysteries. I don't think that we want to do too much while we're missing out on some people, but we can at least see what the results of your labors are. As the previous session, uh, what happened was that you continued your fight against the two profane dragons and the pit fiend. With a little bit of a distraction, the Pit Fiend found itself attempting to negotiate with Phoenix, but then got dropped on by Malarka and also Alec, who were able to finish it off mostly once and for all with a final shot from Maestra to turn it into a congealed pool of disgusting something. Well, whatever it is, it wasn't a Pit Fiend anymore after all of that. The fight against the profane dragons continued on, with some travel through the adjacent ethereal plane in order to hit it on a soul link that made it vulnerable to some of the damage it was taken. Uh, People were getting hit left and right by profane breaths, and when it looked like things were about to go really south, Maestra's fate plate activated, changing a 1 on their death veil to a 20, which swiftly swung the tides around as everybody began to overwhelm the dragons with a variety of attacks and damage until finally, a last profane dragon crawling away, swinging back around to try and deal damage, was slain. With that, Diamizu went over and said, as the last thing to all of you, was, I see that they brought the machines to you. With all of you successfully reaching level 20 and incurring a massive surge of power.
Yep.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
also
So
it started like digging into their hearts for some reason. It's kind of weird.
Well, I'm proceeding toward the profane dragons as soon as he mentions that they are the machines. And I'm going to call back as I start inspecting it to be like, interesting. So they are quite literally living machines, but where does their power to pull souls toward them come from then? How do you get more machines, so to speak?
It is not us who manages to find these. It is the great Archduke themselves, Mammon, who somehow manages to subjugate these creatures. They have an army of them that they keep around. These are but two.
See. Um, I would like to, with whoever wants to help, try to dig into one of these or whatever, figure out if
I am
any part of their
dismembering this thing
biology.
so hard.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the other one. You're going to the
I mean,
other
I'll
one.
help you find what you
Actually,
want to find, but
actually,
I'm
wait. As
also
you're
like,
dismembering it, I would like to see. I don't know if it's
holy moly.
Arcana, if it's
Nice.
medicine. Like, what about if there's something with its biology, um, by which its power to pull souls can be attributed to.
Um, you you take a look through, and as you're watching and trying to investigate it a bit, right? Go ahead and make a. Let's go with both Arcana and Medicine if you have it. Do you have Medicine? Uh
Yeah, I've got expertise in both.
oh, yeah. Go ahead and make that. Make the let's say Arcana check in this case, but your Medicine is helping you out greatly with this analysis. Okay, you take a look over at its body, and at its hunch, there's nothing like mechanical about it. But as Malarka's like literally just throwing guts and blood all around, just digging into its gullet, you see that its heart just flies out, and it's still beating,
Ooh.
and that makes you immediately just think. The first two words that immediately just spring to mind are power source.
Mm.
You are sure that if you could find somebody with the right mechanical know-how to this, you could likely transform it into a more tailored form with the powers imbued within it that its heart is managing to grant it with the soul restraining.
Excellent. Malaka, a hand, if you would, to restrain that heart. It will be very good for research.
You only need one, right?
Sure, you can have one if you help me get the other.
Ooh.
I'm like, fine. Come over to the other one. Like,
As they're dismembering it, Phoenix does show up here in front of the pit fiend with the pipe in his mouth. It's just like, here's the fulfilled end of our contract. Oh no, wait, not quite. I'm to assume.
You understand if I can't see it, your contract will never be fulfilled. They kind of smile like a little sadistic like a little bit of sadism to it.
Yeah. So Phoenix just nods, like, yes, of course.
Expected
Well,
this,
just
right?
one moment as Phoenix reaches over with his, and then the ring of memories glows right here, showing the scene where they got killed by the fireball, and he makes it slowly repeats and just does it repeatedly. It's like,
I feel like a call out back. Oh, put it in slow motion. That's always very impressive.
Oh yes, Maestro will come over. I want to see how what effects exactly my poison had on him. He's got a different biology, and I would really love to see exactly how that interacts.
yep. So he's basically putting like a full showing of the play-by-play of the poison seeping into his body and dying repeatedly.
They let out like a bemused, grokey laughter, and they're like, "This isn't quite what I had in mind, but this is all the more satisfying too. I will accept this."
Phoenix, oh
Get
yeah,
full
one more thing
squirming
to
on their face.
maybe solidify this deal. Phoenix hands him over his pipe of remembrance. Just simply tap it, and then you can recall this very scene for as long as you want. With that, the end of our contract is now fulfilled.
Well, not
Well,
quite.
Let's forget he has to
Our
help
end of
us
the contract
safely
is
out of the
fulfilled.
city.
Yeah, our end of the contract is fulfilled. Now his begins.
It looks like they're crying. They're not even capable of tears.
Oh my god. He's so pleased by this. God.
Maestro's examining the illusion from the Ring of Memories, seeing everything she can from the poison.
I was going to say to somebody who has good, I don't know, investigation skills, I want to see if there's anything worth scavenging off of the pit fiend.
I mean,
Aw.
sure, Phoenix is there anyways.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh wow.
Also make a
Yep,
concentration.
it's music to my ears. Investigation.
Also make a concentration.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Who was
Very
complaining about cracked rolls earlier?
No, they're not my saves. It's not like I'm rolling a gosh dang 50 on a con save.
Yeah, Maestro has a plus 13 con. So, yeah, that's fine. That's knocking butts.
Go ahead and give a Constitution saving throw as well, Phoenix.
Oh my god. Okay. Hold up.
Oh, yeah, my poison's still probably in there. And the poison from here.
It's
Hold on.
just
Hold on. Uno segundo.
oh.
Where is it?
You
It's
don't
one of my
have-
new features now.
You also don't have reverse aura added.
Oh yeah, I should have the paladin aura added, which is what? So +5 already, and then I'll also go ahead and add another plus. Wait, if that doesn't pass, then I'll add another +5 with this.
Yeah, Flash of Genius.
Well, actually, it's actually a +7 now, so it's actually +5 +7, so 25, 30. I rolled a 30.
Oh, that'd be my DC.
It's so disgusting that like this is a meat and poison. They called as a body is like stretching it, and you're having trouble like forcing yourself to get close to it until you have a revelation. This isn't a body. This is an autopsy, and sometimes part of a detective responsibility requires having to do grisly work like this. It helps fortify your mind as you squelch through your hands to see if you can find anything of value. And unfortunately, using the minimal amount of movements to cover the most amount of ground, a little more literally than you'd like in this case, you were unable to find anything of notable value from the pit fiend. Not a heart, not skin. It is slawed down to just a now rotting ball of what used to be a creature.
Yes, but we're not going to make food out of it. So
Phoenix stands up. He like wipes his hands with like a handkerchief. He throws it on the ground. Actually, no. He's better than that. He won't throw it on the ground. Even if this place
This
is
is how I
infested,
think
he's still
littering
a
is
clean guy.
okay.
No.
Phoenix has
Okay,
standards.
Phoenix, we're literally going to leave the majority of these dead bodies here to like rot and like melt.
Well, that's their
Um,
problem.
Besides taking the 2 hearts, I would like to just scavenge any little samples that I could from the profane dragons because
I am so far
I'm
ahead
gonna
of
write an
you.
amazing research paper off of
I
this.
am filling 2 bags of holding with like as much essence and blood and skin and gore and
Viscera.
yuckiness out of.
You could name all of that in one word, viscera.
No, you have to describe it. I was gonna see if I could scoop up any of
biological
like
samples.
his mess as well. The pit fiend.
You're just gonna come over here like, excuse me, pardon me.
Are you just stuffing it in a bag of holding, Malarka? Is that what's happening right now?
Pretty much.
It's a
You know-
bag
Only needs to
holding
last a
full of
little while.
viscera.
You know, that gives me an idea. So Aqua,
Yes.
I've got a bag of holding that I've got a regular backpack I can put all my stuff in. If I just open the bag of holding and stick it in the swamp,
There's like 500 pounds of new poison water.
You can get you won't get an entire bag without rupturing it because it's heavy, but like you can certainly carry a bag of it. You know, a decent sum of it. Not enough to fill the bag to the brim, but you definitely can have one of grocery bag size maybe. Water's heavy, okay?
yeah,
No, but
yeah,
it's a bag of
heavy.
holding. It holds like 500 pounds. It'll be okay.
I believe you might not understand how heavy water is.
Water is really fucking heavy.
No, it's but bag of holding just it holds it for you. It's like in a pocket dimension.
What he's trying to say is that the bag of holding should make any of the contents in it weightless.
It doesn't make it weightless. The bag of holding has an exquisite weight limit inside attached to it. 500 pounds. That's it. And
Right, but I
six
thought
if you
you're
want
not
the
heavy.
64 cubic inch. How much? How much does 64 cubic feet of water weigh? Let's see.
If
That's
it were metric, that would be way easier, but
It's a gap. I
that's
actually was thinking that as I was-
512. That's 512 gallons of water.
I just typed it in ChatGPT. 64 cubic feet of water, 4,000 pounds.
Oh
that
yeah,
sounds
they're not.
right.
You can't fill it up then. So yeah, you'll actually start weighing down the bag of holding at that point.
So, like I said, water's kind of heavier than we think it is.
I know I've done stuff with water density a lot. I've done the whole bag of holding full of water before. I've done it several times.
But you definitely
I
can bring
think
like
Phoenix remembers.
400 pounds of sampled a disgusting poison swamp Monar's water is still a lot. Maybe it's not 4,000 pounds, but it's still 400 pounds, and that's still quite a sum. As Malarka continues to dig through, actually, Ash, you're like, are you searching through its body at all, or are you just like
Yes.
looking over the exterior? Go ahead and make a. If you would like
Yep.
to delve into its body, make a con save. Malarka, you should have as well. I forgot to make you, but I think you'll be fine.
God.
He'll
All right,
probably be
fine.
okay.
This is terrible.
Yeah, you're probably fine. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
okay.
you're probably
What?
fine, not me. Let's see. Oh my God! All right.
40. Well, there it is. There's the 40s again. Is it cut? Whoa!
Okay. That wasn't
That
your
would
That's pretty
fault.
save
good too.
against me. Nice.
You're
That's a
like,
good
well,
save.
you're like Ash. Well, I gotta dig in at some point.
I just like roll up my sleeves. Takes me back to my days as a student.
Okay. There's a few things. First, let's start with Malarka. As you're violently like scooping things up, you find some parts of it that are kind of more congealed than other parts. And with your artificial knowledge, you know that these are probably usable in some way.
Yo,
With an
duh.
identifying that they have been they
Hmm.
become magical in their time sitting in the dragon's belly. They are profane congealments.
Oh my god, is it a blood rock? Can we upgrade our weapons?
Oh my goodness. I love how you keep making Bloodborne references. I love it. Having
An
mentioned, I've got a
excellent
fucking
game.
necklace for Bloodborne.
Nice.
Good. I've got the Crow Hunter
Profane
badge.
congealance. When you place a non-artifact magic item within the glob for 24 hours.
Hmm.
Permanently improving the magic item in 2 ways of your choice. Provides damage that doesn't apply to
Interesting.
every attack, the damage doubles.
Huh.
If the item provides resistances to a damage types and now provides immunity instead. Oh, okay, so you can upgrade an immunity. Okay, interesting.
Wait.
Oh.
If an effect requires an action or bonus action to use, now it can be either once per round.
Interesting. So what is a non-artifact magic item? What are our
Any-
Would
artifact
be
magic
the
items?
one of the big ones is the Azamar crystal.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that not an artifact? Because that's what I was thinking
It's a
first too.
non-artifact. I think right
Smart.
now it's currently very rare.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Let's think then.
Is
Um.
that right now for Aqua? Is
Yeah,
the Azamar
Dhalsimar
crystal very
Nexus
rare?
currently is very rare. The Dhalsimar Nexus is very rare
Okay.
currently.
So
Oh, it's
yeah.
only very rare.
Yeah. That's not near enough to be a legendary considered Aqua standards.
Okay.
It's not the completed form of the Ozamar Nexus, and it's been a while, but you do recall you didn't collect. You only collected a certain number of Ozamar crystals anyway, so it's not
Yeah.
like that's a spoiler or anything. You're aware that there's clearly more of them.
We should
Um,
get the rest. Let me go find the Boy Lord.
Question.
You can increase the DC caused by an item by 10?
10. Right,
Yo?
exactly. That's how I was like,
So
yo, bro,
I
there's
saw that, and my immediate response was Aqua. Since I can pull out my aspect.
Oh
Your
my
aspect-
god, you're that.
Oh.
Just to clarify, your aspects are not items.
Okay,
Damn.
fine.
But Maestra's is.
Their aspect is not an item. That is not an item. It is an aspect. It's fundamentally different.
Okay. That's what I was want to say. Like, their aspect is actually malleable in comparison to ours, which are like innate. All right, fine. I was about to say.
Hmm.
Because it did come from an item, to be fair.
Yeah, technically.
Right, so these globlets that you found seem pretty useful. Ash, as you're digging through some more, right? So you're trying to see if you can find anything that kind of stands out, and you find something else. As you're just digging, it looks like the remains of some poor sap who clearly had a lot of good stuff on them.
Ugh.
What must have been eaten by these dragons quite a long time ago. You pull out what looks like an Afridi chain, which you recognize as a legendary item, but this one appears to have been partially digested and gotten some different effects as a result.
Hmm. Ooh, interesting.
Dang, that's
Does the
pretty good.
digestion look like it did like a bunch of damage to it, or is it just kind of messy?
I just gave it
It's just
flavor.
kind of, yeah, it's basically their flavor. It is pretty much like blood soaked, you might even just say. Like it's more red than it should be.
A little bit of bleach, you'll be alright.
Kind of hold it up, and I'm like, oh, some Big summer blowout. Yoo-hoo. toss that back. Like,
I mean, I'll
for whoever
take
wants
it.
it.
As you're searching through some more Malarca, and then you like kind of pick lightly cut yourself on a blade that you found embedded inside of one of its intestines. This must have also been from some other poor sap from long, long ago, because this thing looks ancient.
Ooh.
Neat.
Whoa.
Ooh. Wait, is that a Githzerai blade?
Hellish. Far step at will. Nice.
Damn.
Profane blood. Dang. Okay.
Oh wait, that's the profane bit. Oh god.
Yeah, look
Yep.
at that. Vulnerable to damage, then damage ignores all resistance and immunity.
Oof.
Unfortunately, it's a weapon, so
Yeah.
but that works out for several
Some
people.
folks. Yep.
And finally, after doing sufficient digging, you got the heart. You found some other body parts of theirs that you think might be worth scavenging. But that's when it happens, Ash. As you're scavenging through and you reach a certain part of its body, with your Arcana, you just kind of feel it, the sheer power of something embedded there within its side that it's scary. You are sure that this must be an artifact that you must have found, the first one you've found at all
An
ever.
artifact? Oh shoot.
I will.
Oh, hold up. I'm leaning in for this one.
Okay. Obviously, we'll see what it is. Okay.
Did you have? Are we having to use identify at all for these items, or?
I presume you are. I presume that you're just using identify. You have like more than one source of it.
I think I'm the only source of it.
Well, I can keep shunting you spells. What level
Okay,
is
that'll work.
identify again?
First? Is it? Second?
Yeah, I can keep shunting you spells then. That's not a problem.
Cool. Okay.
Right.
You could
Shun,
take a
shun,
couple.
shun,
My level
Oh.
slots. Yep. Boop boop boop.
I mean, I'm all out of everything but second and first level spells, but
Sorry, give me 1 second. You find this.
I need.
And
Ooh.
encompass. Let's see.
Oh yes, there's the
Ceaselessly
destroying
hungers
part.
to make all things one, not the meat
Oh!
effect. Like, okay.
Ooh.
All of your
Ooh.
wow. Whoa.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Wait.
Which then delightfully glows.
Feed the hammer.
Yeah, this is meant for a fucking barbarian. I'm assuming this is like a great hammer or war hammer or something?
Yeah, it looks like a hammer.
Or a war pick.
Simple melee.
Yes, the standard convention of aqua artifacts. Gotta love the how to destroy sections.
Yeah. I love it.
All artifacts have a destroy section. For a while.
Damn. All right, so any takers for this? Well, we don't have Alec
Tony.
or River here. Yep.
I'm gonna
So I
assume,
guess
This
we'll
is
hold on.
beautiful for Tony.
I'm gonna assume River's gonna take the astral Palashk,
Yeah.
whatever the heck.
Everyone gets at
Loki.
least one version of the point
Congealed blood
of
or
the
whatever.
8 uses of the congealment, the profane congealment,
Mhm.
and then I guess who wants the 3D chain? I guess.
I don't wear armor, so anyone else can have it.
Right. The only thing
Is
I
it
will
a
get out
chain
of this
shirt
is
or
my
chain
one
mail?
It looks to be chainmail.
Yeah, heavy
Chainmail
armor.
plus 3. Yeah, chainmail plus 3.
Maisha's already got her heavy armor. She likes the fate plate. Although she needs to.
Fate plate just saved your life.
Oh, it saved all of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, but I'm writing this all down anyway, so we can absolutely discuss with the full team here about who will take what then. Some nice stuff.
When it says when you use an effect, what does it mean by effect? Does it mean spell effect? Does it mean by...
Feature effect, item effect, all effects.
Or any effect. So yes, spell, supernatural, features,
So
all
if
of
the
that.
spell has a radius, for instance.
Then yes, the radius increases by 10.
Huge.
I kind of want the freebie chain.
I mean, you
Can
can
you
put yourself
Because it
down
makes
for
all
it
of your
right now,
AoEs
right?
better, right?
Because it makes my
Oh.
enforce order better.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Can you wear heavy
Yeah.
armor?
I can wear heavy armor.
Okay.
Artifice. You're part
Then-
artificer?
I am.
Or
I'm cleric.
cleric. Yeah, that'll
Then
do
I
it.
would say take it for now, right?
I mean, I don't want to just take the items until I hear from the other missing people, but I'm placing
Mhm.
myself down for the freebie chain because that's
All right.
kind of useful for me, where I can just increase the range of my stuff.
Yeah. Maisha, she'll probably only get anything out of the blood.
Yeah, the congealment. I mean, that's still very good because I think everyone can utilize that with your own Azamar crystal.
Yeah, if I
For
can.
sure, everyone can use that with the Azamar crystal, and it works
Mhm.
really good.
I was thinking I might put it on my fate plate, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, huh?
Because it is just legendary.
Non-artifact, very specific from Aqua. As he was giving us an artifact.
We like artifacts. Artifacts are fun.
Mhm. Yeah, I might just put it on my Nexus. If it's either my Nexus or my fate plate. My mind guard crown might be useful, but I love that it gives me advantage on all my mental saving throws.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for stuff here.
It's
Okay.
the majority of stuff you found, almost anything else you found within the Profane Dragons has been digested. Even some common and uncommon magic items that normally are almost completely indestructible.
Yeah.
Within the Profane Dragon's bellies, you found to be like unusable because they've been digested too heavily, which is extremely tough. Destroying magic items is almost impossible.
So for Malarka and for Zashi, since both of you have a dragon mask,
Mm.
the profane blood on that might be interesting as well, possibly enhancing some of the effects.
Enhance the what now for my dragon mask?
Whatever your favorite part of it is. I mean, the legendary resistance, that might be interesting to try and enhance. Maybe get another use. I don't know if it will do that, but
It says you can attempt to imbue it in another way, but not around, but around a similar range with the DM discretion.
mhm.
Oh, I just realized. Hold on. Increase any DCs caused by the item by 10. Okay.
Yeah, if I could enhance my poison, I would do that. Instant.
Yeah.
No question. That's why the first thing I fucking asked.
Well, I mean, because it makes sense for you because your aspect is removable. I mean, it was a fair question, I
Mhm.
feel. I wasn't expecting it to work with mine because my aspect
I
technically
mean,
doesn't
hell, I would
exist.
take another 2-point increase instead of a
Yeah.
10. But
Alrighty, I guess we got the items for now. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it.
I have a completely random question for Zia. So
Yeah.
just how when we initially logged in today, we were in, and last week we were in Cholt, which is where I assume the Sunday, or for you Monday, group is at. When you log in for them for the last 2 weeks, has it been in hell?
Yeah, I just
I'm just
They're just like
curious.
looking on, like what's going on? What the heck is going on in the screen?
like we're busy doing Dino Racing Mario Kart over here, and meanwhile,
And we went on a field trip to hell. It's fine.
perfectly balanced.
What the
All things-
profane congealment has shown me is that I need more magic items.
Well, it's interesting too with the profane congealment because it gives so many potential bonuses, but you can't, like, there's no item that's going to utilize all of them at once. So it's kind of like I'm like looking back and forth at some of mine, and I'm like, do I want to take advantage of its more offensive capabilities, or do I want to take advantage more of its like defensive capabilities? It's like one or the other.
mhm.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I get that. It's just
You have to
that
make
the only
choices.
items my I don't even have that many choices. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, two
My
ways.
pistol of sheer luck doesn't make any use out of it. My Azimar crystal makes kind of good use out of it because it's still I get one option, and the only other option that works is the +10 to DC
Yeah.
on the Sonic Wave. And then the last one is if I get the 3D chain, I could maybe boost up something there. No, actually, it doesn't have anything I can boost up. Maybe I could try to increase the range. Hmm.
Mm.
Get absolutely massive size enforced orders. Ah, if only I
That
could
might be
actually
something.
improve the spellcast DC of enforced order. Wait, hold on. Hold on, let me check one thing real quick. Aqua.
Yeah.
Uh. Hold on. Shoot. I was thinking if I took the what should I call it? That one item that gives you plus spells plus I think it's like a cleric one that gives you plus spell DCs. If I were to put
Amulet of the Devout.
if I were to get Amulet of the Devout and I'll place that with the Profane Congealment on there, can I get that one to be an additional +10?
Let me look up what Amulet of the Devout says.
Just +2 to attack and save DC of your spells cast through it
Yeah,
or with it while you're attuned, etc.
it's
Something like
spell
that as
save
well.
DC is what I'm asking because it says any of the DCs caused by the item.
The item is not causing a spell save DC. What it means by that is things like, for example, the Malevolent Inverter, which directly impacts and causes a save DC itself directly.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I was looking at as well for this. It's between
Yeah.
that and my Azimar Nexus. I was like, that could end up pushing like the Malevolent Inverter DC up to 34.
Still very wild.
Yeah, the Shards of Isra would have been good for this.
Oh, another thing too. The profane congealment says if the item provides
Photograph.
resistance to a damage type, it now provides immunity instead.
Mhm.
Now does that apply if the item has multiple resistances or just will you choose one?
Oh.
Just choose one.
Okay.
Okay.
Because once
Changes
again,
my mental calculus. Yeah, like.
the Azimar crystal will be kind of good.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm probably gonna have to head out soon. My friend is about to show up.
All right.
They're
Alright.
like they're about 10-15 minutes away.
Oh,
Nice.
maybe we can quickly cut you that deal before you head out.
I'm not sure if Maestro would want. A lot would depend on the terms, honestly, because she is relatively devoted to her deity.
Mm.
She's not like super outspoken on prayer, but
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
her
But
deity.
I believe the terms of the contract was you learn something with some poison related to particularly minerals, with the added stipulation that you bring him back to the material plane.
Right, that was it. And given he's a fucking archfiend, not sure how well her deity would look on that. Not sure how well Sekhmet would see that. Actually, is there a feature for communing with your deity?
Besides divine intervention, there is
Yeah,
one. I believe it's there was one spell. Clerics do have it on their spell list. Was it commune? I think it was commune.
yeah, she probably doesn't have it prepped.
Commune. Where is that? This actually. Because of if it's a ritual, I think you could just cast it because of it's a ritual.
No, that would have been a wizard only thing.
Communion's a ritual,
Okay, I can't see
and
why I
as a
should have.
cleric, you do have access to ritual casting.
Hmm. What level spell is it?
It is a 5th level.
Okay, so I do have. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I do have a way to get spell slots back with my. Where is it? That.
I think you're talking about the channel divinity or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
harness
you did.
divine power.
Yeah, that.
Oh no, that will only get me a 3rd level slot.
Hold on. Can Ash battery a 5th level for you?
Yeah, I can actually. Let me see. Let me just make sure I've got a 5th level still. I can actually. I have. Yep. Okay. Yep. I can give you one. Whew, we're getting down there, but. All right. Here you go. Get a 5th level.
We're getting down there.
Oh, it's like we're getting down to barely any spells left in that range, but there you go.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
you
can
got
give you
one.
lower level slots. Yeah. So Maisha will actually. Does she think she can cast it down here? She'll quick check with Ash if she thinks it will work. Will she be able to? She's been able to do stuff otherwise. 5th level slot. Ash, do you think I will be able to? Given the barriers and restrictions around this place, do you think doing this will be viable before she transfers over the 5th level slot?
Well, don't worry, I already gave you a 5th level. But ugh. You should be able to commune with your deity. However, it might be a bit staticky, perhaps.
Hmm.
Not the best communication line.
Okay. Marshall, step back around here and quietly ritual cast commune. Hmm.
Oh no! I've made a mistake. I can't select my token.
Oh no!
No.
I'm behind the dragon. Okay, there we go. Thanks. Every time I was trying to select my token, I was like, no, not the dead dragon. Damn it!
Does Phoenix have
Yeah.
telepathic? Or just
No, but if
empath?
you want to speak to Phoenix, you could always speak to him in legalese.
Violet will cast Commune, and then during the cast she will...
Do you want Phoenix? Phoenix is going to give you space, but if you want Phoenix to be there, he'll accompany
She
you.
mostly wanted to be further away from the Archfiend.
Oh, that's fine. Once again, he it doesn't seem like the Archfiend is able to understand us when we speak legalese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I use one of those up. Okay. Maisha will go ahead and ask Sekhmet if her deal for learning some of the poison magic of Minaros to enhance her her poison capabilities in exchange for bringing this powerful fiend to the material plane would be acceptable practice as a cleric of Sekhmet, or if she should not take it. Asking her deity's opinion on this.
Okay, give me just a second while I look something up.
Probably looking up Sekhmet. She's an Egyptian warrior goddess of medicine, among a couple other domains. Which I thought, that fits.
You can receive an answer as a short phrase or a single word.
Segment as in the Egyptian segment?
Mhm. Yes. I did have to do some digging, but I found a deity of
Goddess of
medicine that
war and
wasn't
healing. That's funny enough. Kind of fits really, really well.
Yep.
War,
And if you go
poison,
to the
and
actual...
medicine.
Yep.
I couldn't think of a better patron.
Give me a
I had,
second.
to, I had to do digging, but I found a good one. And I did tell Aqua before. It's just a while back and hasn't really come up since.
I'm reading up some stuff right now.
Whoa. I'm just like reading a quick wiki of Sekhmet. Like, she's hardcore.
Mhm.
Ask your deity about those. Are you saying which what using commune for this?
Hmm.
I see commune. Okay, 3 that are answered yes or no. And so what's the phrasing of your question again?
I think
I
the first
haven't.
one was probably something like if it would be against her tenets to bring a demon to the material plane.
Yeah, if it would be against Sekhmet's tenets to bring this demon to the material, this archfiend to the material plane in exchange for training with more poison magic.
The response you get back is, yes, for it will hurt the defenseless.
All right.
I mean, that could just be an added stipulation to the contract if he wants to go to the material plane.
Well,
Phoenix
honestly,
Phoenix Phoenix counters with that if you wish to continue asking, because you get 2 more questions.
Mm.
Oh, he also speaks in legalese to you, so as to not reveal the contents of the message, I guess.
hmm, Maisha asked a very direct question and got an answer. She'll communicate her thanks for her deity's assistance in these matters and the continued growth of her power. She's probably not going to take the deal unless something really forward comes up. She's not gonna. So she'll go
Okay.
ahead and end the spell there.
Like you return Amnesia is just like sort of inspecting the profane dragon. They're just kind of like kneeled over and taking a look over its remains, and they're tasting some of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maisha then will go and just continue examining if the memory's still playing. If not, she'll just look at what's left of this guy and see if she can identify exactly how her poison affected his fiendish biology and fiendish form. To see if she can get reads on doing similar things in the future and improving upon it, enhancing it.
All right, all
So
right,
she'll spend her time doing that while the rest of the party does their stuff.
all right.
I probably have to go here in like a minute or so.
All right. You'll continue your investigations then and see what results might bear fruit at a later point. Then, thanks for joining.
Did you want me to make a roll before I go, or probably medicine?
No, I think it's okay. Just it's remains for now. It's easier just to consolidate everything together rather than spread it across 2 sessions.
Okay.
Because I'll
Alright,
forget the result
bye.
later.
Probably. Okay, bye y'all.
All right.
Boy.
Hasta la vista.
Speaking of results, right? Phoenix, you've actually felt your own aspect improve with your everything kind of dying down finally and having time to sort of, breathe. Your dealings with law and contracts has improved your aspect in the following ways. You can cast a geek
Oh.
spell at will, add it as a domain spell with a casting time of 1 action, and it deals its damage once per round rather than once per day. Also, your enforced order has improved to have a minimum of 20 rather than 15.
Nice.
Yo. The chaos spell at will. That's awesome.
There we go. Just making it look nice. There we go. emboldened by the contractual powers of the devils that you've had to interact with, you've gained something that's has some striking similarity to it.
Mm-hmm. He gets more lawful as it is in a evil lawful place, but he is still very lawful.
Still in a lawful place.
All right, Phoenix taps his pipe. Then I suppose you best see us out.
Yes,
Well,
one moment. They reach over, grab a big scoop of the profane dragon's meat. Their jaw unhinges like a snake, and they just like start snarfing it down.
Hmm.
Mm.
Snarfing is a word.
that couldn't have been any less any,
Huh.
any less disturbing.
Very well. It is best not to tarry if Bale is hunting all of you.
I agree.
Indeed.
What will I tell them later?
Just I suppose you could just say they died due to tragic accident or something. I don't know. You come up with something. You devils are all the same, anyways. Uprising stuff happens.
Or just say a certain degree of the truth that the adventurers Bale was tracking killed this pit fiend. How tragic.
It would fit quite well. It is quite unusual for any humans like all of you to have arrived down here this far into the city. And oh my, but the lowly chancellor who has found the remains after the fact.
I lean over to Phoenix to be like, he's going to be replaying that death scene with that pipe for eons to come.
Most certainly.
You begin making your making some distance to eventually a safe spot within like the sinking city area. And that's when Mizu asks, do you have a way back over to the material plane from here?
Once we've exited out of the anti-teleportations of the city, we should be fine.
I was waiting until we got to the safe spot here in this cavern. The teleportation only functions to prevent incoming teleportation, not out.
Very good then. I believe we can take our leave.
Then we shall be making our leave then. We have fulfilled our end of the bargain. And yes.
I hope I'll see one of you again soon.
Only one of
One
us.
of us.
I
again?
hope
Can we
we
tell who he's eyeing when he says that?
I mean, there's a few different people that kind of give the vibe that, they might
Go to hell.
may or may not
He may
know,
be
it's
damned.
yeah, Celestial might be too good for them. Well, it's a little hard to tell.
All right, I will. Unless anyone else has anything else to do here, I'll cast plane shift.
Fresh air has never smelled quite so good.
Aw.
It's like your nostrils had adjusted to what Benaros was like, but this is always what it was meant to be like, what fresh air is supposed to smell like. As you find yourself just outside of Candlekeep, past its own anti-teleportation field, and walk your way back in.
Woo!
I am in desperate need of a nice hot bath.
I feel this. I don't even have a smell sensor, but even then, I feel I'm so glad, thankful to be back here. Well,
Also,
I suppose I
it's-
best be writing my report soon. Hopefully,
good.
the that heart that he's pointing to, the beating heart, is enough for you to create that soul beacon that you were referring to.
I certainly hope so. I would. I am going to see what I can do every day, though. Honestly, I miss Alan. I think he could have been of great aid with this.
Well, as it would so happen, upon reaching level 20, I have received a lot of more crafty capabilities.
Oh, well then, perhaps we can collaborate together.
Perhaps.
Ash is just 100% expecting that in terms of your heart that you have, you're just gonna like eat it or something.
You're like, hey.
She holds her profane dragon heart a little bit closer and tighter.
Wait, how do you have 160 feet of movement anyway?
I'm not sure. Because
My
I
God.
kept trying to fix it last time so it would finally say 80. Oh, let me check. Because
It's kind of spooky.
yeah, it's just keeps doubling it somewhere for some reason. But it's just 80.
Okay, for some reason, it just doubles though. Just casually doubles for some reason. Who knows why?
Yeah, for some reason it was halving it last time. So whatever effect that is still doing that.
It's kind of creepy.
Only for my enemies.
All right, you go ahead and take a much the amount of scrubbing it takes to get this stench off.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, we're just like basically in the shower forever. No amount of prestidigitation is getting this one off.
Yeah, Phoenix, you usually don't need a bath or anything, but you did this time.
You're
You did
like,
this time. Like cleans. That's what it is. It cleans. Okay. We're probably not like delving into any books or anything, of course, because we don't even have the people for it. But you could discuss like what you are doing here in Candlekeep or what you might plan to do next. Now that you have returned.
Ah, you mean the long rest, whatever.
yeah.
Oh, or not even necessarily a long rest, but like because I'm not sure if you need the extended long rest, but also just what you plan to do next, essentially. So that way, might be relevant for the votes or whatever.
I
I think.
need the
Oh,
extended long rest.
Oh.
I think we
I think
do
we need the
before we
extended
dive
long
into the
rest.
books, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. Yeah, go ahead and we could just. I thought you just took one. That's why. Did you not?
No,
Well,
We
you kind of
did
went
before
to
we
take
went
one.
to
hell.
hell, yeah, but then we just fought two profane dragons. I think we all need to rest again.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, just making sure. You
I think
a week
because
off.
I think more importantly we need the time for Ash to build the soul beacon. I don't think it's getting made overnight. I don't
Yeah.
think.
All right, let's start with Ash then. Ash, you've been told that you need to find some way of building this now that you have probably the most important component of it.
Hmm.
What is your game plan for that? As you
My
look at
plan.
I'm just imagining it just laying on this table, just beating, and you're just like, what do I do with this now?
Yes. So what I'm going to do is get Valarka, and then go to see Professor Yogar. I'd like to explain to him. I'll give him some of the various biological samples we took, and explain how hell is powered, in fact, by their soul collectors are in fact these dragons, like everything that we saw there, all of that stuff. And then I would like to, as soon as I tell them all that stuff, be like, and here's the heart, by the way. Let's all collaborate together now to make a solar beacon.
Yeah, you see that as Professor Gar's listening while eating spaghetti. Like, fascinating. Mm.
I'm like walking
Just,
back and forth as I'm explaining this, gesticulating wildly.
mm, well, cool. That is certainly something. You go ahead and say that. I learned a new spell from one of my colleagues. Oh, check this out. They go ahead and like wave their hand over a piece of paper, and it just sort of writes down a lot of notes for them without them having to write it themselves. This saves so much
Oh,
time.
Convenient.
that's a
It's a minor
convenience
trick that
feature.
they taught me.
Yes, very good. Uh, I suspect for this is the power source. We need a setup to harness it.
Hmm.
Some sort of. I don't know if we could make something almost like perhaps a golem, something like that.
Hmm. Let me check. Uh, Sorry, give me just one second. You go ahead and you see that Professor Yugar puts on like what looks like little spectacles on their head, but these are like eight shaped. They like have like eight eye holes on them for some reason.
Perhaps a
As you
golem,
see,
or perhaps a quidget. Like
you see them go. You see them get closer to the heart, and they turn into a spider, and they get even closer. Look at
oh
it.
my god,
Hmm.
a spider with spectacles on it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm, mm.
Hmm. I see. Hmm. They wild shape back. Okay. Oh, this is quite the components you have here. This is a very, very intricate thing. And I assume you pull out the kitty widget too. And does he kind of look
Mhm.
at it? Hmm. Maybe it doesn't quite fit inside of it. But there's who made this? They kind of scratch underneath it and they kind of look surprised that it like reacts. Oh, is it sentient?
Yes, it
So,
is. Vaguely, at
excellent.
least.
Yes, sure. It's an excellent question. I am not the creator of these
How sentient do you
fine
consider like a
creatures.
dog to be, or a cat? I suppose.
I mean, I'm just surprised. Most constructs do not react this way. Whoever made this has clearly some amount of technical knowledge. If it's not, and if it is indeed just purely programmed and not, say, an actual creature within it, I don't think it's an actual creature. Are you an actual creature? No, it's not an actual creature.
Try casting Speak with Animals and find out.
Oh
But
my
mechanic.
goodness.
Are
Hmm.
you a
Probably.
creature? No, you're not.
Are you friends with the person who made this?
Friends is a bit of a stretch.
It was a passing acquaintance from far away who ended up bequeathing us these creatures.
I see. A shame. I think that somebody with this amount of technical know-how would be able to devise something.
Oh fudge! That means you have to go into.
Where we're going next?
Oh crud!
Oh man, we're gonna accomplish so many things.
Okay, wait, hold on. Where did we last leave off on that one?
We
uh,
finished chapter 2, I guess.
No, we
yeah.
finished chapter 1. We literally did the most longest
true.
chapter 1 boss
Oh,
rush.
that's right.
Yeah.
So we need a hop to chapter 3 then.
That's skipping chapter 2 though.
Why do we need? I
in
mean, who
chapter
cares?
in chapter 2 we can just excuse me. We can just go like real quick, just fight the mummy lord, We get a little revenge, find the rest of the
That's
shards,
true. We can do that
empower
too.
our nexus. And
Wait,
then
where was the
I
mummy lord?
mean,
in the
well, there's a
Candlekeep.
pyramid in there now. We know that.
Oh yeah, there was a pyramid. Yeah, I forgot we did find that out. Oh, but hold on. Didn't Miriam say that if we enter the books, there's no return from them at that point?
It's possibly that. Yeah. So
We need to
They
complete this before
if you
then.
perish in the books, like if you die, then
If
you're
you die in the books, you're stuck in the book forever.
yeah.
Oh, okay. As long as you're brought back before the book ends, it's okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well. I turn toward Malak and say, well, it seems that without an artificer as somebody of the talents such as the Kitty Widgets inventors, there's not much we can do here. I believe we will have to retrace our steps, so to speak.
So it seems. That's okay. I got shit to do.
In which case, I guess for the rest of my extended rest, I would like to write a seminal paper on soul collection in hell. And
You
how
mean
it
the
works.
paper that nobody knows about?
Exactly. Nobody knows what we like. We are at the forefront of like soul research in hell. Nobody knew that this was how it's actually collected is with profane dragons. This is huge, huge news in the arcane
You're like,
community.
this is a groundbreaking discovery.
Yeah.
3 people have read it.
Go ahead and make what would this be? History, and then I think we've used history and arcana, right? This is what we've been
Yeah.
using. I feel like we've
Yeah,
been using it.
history. Oh, actually, I do have proficiency in history. All right, let's see. I'll roll Arcana first. Wow.
Wow.
History second. Oh, not
That's a
bad, not
wow.
bad. Okay.
I'll actually give you advantage on history this time because this is at the forefront of soul research. That's
Two better. Okay.
very good. Let's go.
Let's
Good.
go.
No, I'm not.
You go ahead and go ahead and publish this paper, and by the end of the week, it's already making waves, and you could pretty sure that like as you're walking down like the court, kind of like the collegiate hallways, you hear one person going like, "I knew it! I always knew it."
It was all dragons. Dragons all the way down.
I told you it was always about the dragons.
You receive a fairly sizable grant for the time that for this massive contribution, Ash, as you find yourself now in a fairly acquisition of a tiny sum of 30,000 gold pieces, as universities are clamoring toward you with offers in order to get this published across to be the first ones, basically, right? So they sort of one up each other, back and forth, back and forth. Um,
As they
you
do.
have a you have a personal agent that handles all of this for you at this point. All right, you don't, so that way you don't have to go
That
through it.
sounds smart.
They're
Yeah.
reliable. You're kind of a big deal now.
I'm just like, everyone needs to know the truth. Like,
Dropping that bomb on everyone.
I did not survive the third layer of hell for nothing.
No, not
Excellent.
just survive the third level. The third level in the city.
That's true. Yeah.
Like
So,
it's already known about the other thing, but in the city, no one knows about.
hmm
Yeah, people are also you're hearing people your agent reports of people trying to follow up on his research by asking the natural next questions, which is like, if not machines, how do they make the soul coins from these? Uh how do they manage to subjugate this many dragons? What's that imply about what the power level Mammon is truly capable of having?
exactly.
And you also you eventually get what some you get like a sort of a weekly digest, and
Mhm.
inside of one of those papers it looks like one person, and you believe this carries a lot of credence, that Mammon themselves is probably the strongest of the archdukes, but just sleeps all the time.
Right. He's just
So
lazy. That's his whole thing. Yeah.
they're just too lazy to actually do anything else, but this
He's
is
just busy
probably,
counting his coin.
yeah.
His
But the
supply
paper
cache.
posits that this explains a lot, because it would be very unusual for Mammon to have any kind of mechanical know-how to actually create machines, actual machines capable of this. And so it's always been a point of contention that it's like, well, maybe they just have a bunch of artificer devils, but this is it's always been kind of a sort of theory, like
Yep. There we go. We're redirecting the course of research about hell. It's very important. Anyway, that's
Amazing.
what I do
Mal-
with my week, and I take a bath.
it takes a whole week of baths to get the stench out 100%.
Jesus, like Christ, horrid,
Um,
absolutely horrid.
Malarka, what about you? What are you up to, Malarka? I know that you wanted to start working, doing some more artificery stuff now that you have a lot more know-how with it.
Yeah, I want to start with I have the like design prototype for the dress that I'm making, but now I want to start working on the actual parts of it. But first I'm going to sell like normal dresses of the design. And there's I know I have it somewhere, but I did send it to you a while back. Where'd I put it?
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Find a conversation. Oh, yeah, I see it right there.
D- wow. So starting with the red one, yeah? Yeah. So very like high end, the most like designer dress that I know I've ever seen across Faerun. That being said, I've seen a
Yes.
total of 0 dresses across Faerun, so. But yeah, start selling something. I'm gonna make and start selling something that looks like that. Um, yeah, we'll start with that.
Ooh, pretty.
Like, how there's somebody's just TikTok
Yeah.
app place on there.
The things you find on Instagram, amazing.
Very fun. Um, okay. So you get this, and you're using some of those nice pit fiend goopy bar parts to get this up and running.
hmm
Let me just check something. What do we do? You said you were aiming for like rare or very rare? I forgot.
Um, I think it was very rare.
Okay.
That's the
Well,
wrong one because you had mentioned it was like 50,000. hours or something. And that is very rare. It's 10,000 hours.
And I'm tracking something. Hmm. And then this is an original magic item, right?
Yeah. So I'm just working. It's spent like a couple hundred hours so far. So I just want to sell like the dress as a dress,
The
and
designer
then
dress
I'll
for
keep working on like how I'm making it magical later.
Are you explaining at all to anybody what your intentions are? Like, are you you kind of got your own little brand going on here. You have advertising power of some sort.
Um, as far as the dress in its current state, or as far as what I'm working on eventually?
Oh, working toward eventually, yeah.
Let me go back to our messages. Massage. Um, there's looking to be a cheaper, more affordable one. Like the $3,000 version of the $10,000 object, right? But increasing defensive power, semi glamour weave. Like you can change how it kind of sparkles and twirls and stuff, but you don't get like the extra D4. Um, and then imbuing like your own blood into it for extra special effects.
I'm just double checking something. Okay, you're able to, you are still a fourth level artificer, so making something like this would still take a really long time, but you go ahead and start up something that might have bear some of its own fruit, which is you essentially make like a prototype with your skills, right? Nothing that's this would probably be just a not a very rare version of it, but just like a uncommon version, right? Using only some of the materials that you got over from hell. So you're able to construct this at a reasonably fast pace. I think it only takes like 20 hours of that. Let me see. No, 10 hours. You can make a prototype, an uncommon prototype of this in like 10 hours tops.
Nice.
With some of the blood that you've gotten. And so you infuse that blood over into the dress. You make a prototype and you get to selling along with sort of like what your goal eventually is for this. Let's see how well that goes. Go ahead and make that's still another history check. That's what we've been using a lot for this.
Mm-hmm.
And let's also throw in a I'm trying to think if this would be performance or not. No, it wouldn't be performance because it's like something that's being written per se. So that's history. And I'll actually go with persuasion as you're kind of writing. You're trying to persuade people to purchase it, but also uh, on a higher level, sort of persuading people that this is a goal of sorts that they should be invested in. So history and persuasion.
Can I use calligrapher's tools and my identity as an established creator to get advantage on persuasion?
I'd say yeah. I'd say that the being an established creator would give you an advantage on this, right? This isn't just some random nobody. This is your brand. So
And
you've already developed quite a little bit of a reputation, and
holy
that's pretty.
moly!
I-
Can I?
Of course, wasn't it?
Okay,
God
is
damn.
it super greedy to ask for a flash of genius on both of those?
You cannot flash a genius something that takes a week.
Of course you can. Just try harder.
Oh my god.
All right.
Um, you go ahead and sell, and so you make like a nice bit of extra cash. As once again your passive income increases from 5,000, and this time you get a nice, cool, crisp 8,000, which is nice, right? That's cool. That's convenient. That's really not the part that is the big thing that happens here. Instead, what ends up happening is the following thing, which is that there appears to be. Hold on. Sorry, give me a second. I need this token. Give me a second to find this token. Where's my token?
Your token.
The
My
Toki.
token. I need my token.
I just want to roll calligrapher's tools because it's fun.
It's like rolling my investigation check. It's fun.
Yeah, I made a really nice flyer.
Sort of walking in to where you are, your area, a particular individual enters over into your workshop near the sort of like the first day or two of your extended rest here. And this person looks dripped out.
Drip the fuck out for sure.
Whoa. They're
This
dripped.
looks really familiar.
Oh damn.
They're
This looks,
dripping.
this looks incredibly
That is-
familiar, actually. What the
Yeah.
This individual heads on over to what approximately where you are, and I presume that's also like you Phoenix, you and Layla and River had already shared what you had done previously. As Malarka, this individual shows up and sort of just like on their hand inscribed onto them, flips over what appears to be like a seal of the Harper organization towards you.
Ooh.
Neat.
Oh shoot. What have I done?
It's is the Harper's out of character? Is the Harper's like a shush organization, or can I like openly acknowledge that he is one since he showed me?
It's very, very hush hush. Very like
Mm.
kind of things, but you probably shouldn't go about blathering it out loud in public.
Right.
Ooh.
So I'll be like, oh, I see. My 3 o'clock is here. Shall we step into the office and have a chat?
They're, for as flashy as they appear, they're kind of on the quieter side as they just walk over into the office and sort of dramatically gesture their hand over as if requesting your specifications on this thing you're working on.
Yeah, I'll start providing the finer details of such.
They listen intently, although you can't see their face at all. Um, and once they've seen like they've gathered enough, they look over at what your pile of sort of putrid necessary flesh. They put on some nice star speckled gloves and they just grab some of it and they're just getting to work. You very much can recognize skill when you see it. This person must be very experienced as an artificer to be working on this at the speed that they are doing it, and you believe that by the end of this week it will be complete.
Oh, oh. Gonna like do a happy dance. Like one of
Yeah,
those,
but they're not
one of those like
bring
behind the
all.
back celebrations, like just quietly, like yeah.
I'm just imagining them like working on this dress, and you're just like fist pumping in the background, like shadow boxing.
Amazing.
Were the specifications for what you were trying to do, Malarkey, the same as you had sent me earlier, or is it like different at all?
It's pretty much the same as before. Obviously,
Okay,
still
I'll take a look
work
over it.
in progressible, but
I'll take a look at those specifics in just a bit. Um, while we're doing that, then uh and you're definitely helping guide their process during this extended week, right? It's not like they're just doing all the work for you. They're doing the artificing part for you, but you're very much providing the like direction. You provided the materials, and you're making sure that every single time they try to add their own flourish or touch that doesn't quite align with your vision, you are bringing it back because they keep.
Like,
do
no,
I
stop.
do I do I learn a name at all during this time?
No, they have not provided you their name. That wouldn't be dramatic enough, so they haven't done so.
Wow, fashionista even in speaking.
Meanwhile, Phoenix.
Yes. Hold on, doing one thing real quick. And 10 to 2 blocks, and then the 4 blocks.
Also, not to say that whoever has the item necessarily has to keep it, but who is the one that is currently holding on to I forgot my own item's name.
Which one? The artifact
The
or
Yes.
the hammer? I mean, I was the one who dug it out of the guts, so even though I don't intend to keep it, I guess I have it for the moment.
Yeah, just being around it, sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, Ash, and you find when you wake up, you find yourself staring at it.
Ugh. Not
Well,
this again.
that's better than it staring at you.
You're not wrong.
I think I've got it now.
Phew.
Yeah. That is currently the size of the new enforced order. It's huge.
Damn. Okay, that's pretty sweet.
That digested
That's
a quite making good use.
Yeah. So I guess what Phoenix would do if he didn't receive any message during any of the time from the Harpers, what he's going to do with this time, and it doesn't seem like we're currently investigating, or at least doing the whatchamacallit, doing any sort of serious investigations right now for like anybody else. I don't think anyone needs Phoenix's assistance. So Phoenix is going to resume doing the case to find the I left it here in my journal.
The teeth of Dalvernar.
The teeth of Dalverknar, yeah. And currently, the tracks were last seen in the Shadowfell, where the culprit was last seen.
Right, so there's a kind of shadowy creature I go for. It's been a few weeks. You're hoping the trail hasn't gone cold. As you're heading out, go ahead and make a perception check as well.
Thought you never ask.
It's privately rolled. I can't see the results of that.
Oh yeah, okay, hold on. Let me put it in public. My bad.
Yeah, the teeth of Delvernar. I was like, how do I spell that again? Back to the Shadowfell.
Phoenix
Back
says,
to the Shadowfell.
as you're just and you're passing by the tavern, just go and get a little bit of intel before you head out. Because you're always scoping the scenes out, even in your area you're in. You notice that there is one person just there who as far as they just look like another batch of refugees that have arrived over here to Candlekeep, because that's basically what's happening. Is like the place is getting constantly more and more refugees from across the lands and a number of different races. As at this point, even people of different elemental planes are heading over to Candlekeep, hearing that it is a place where you can get free board, free rent, free food, free knowledge.
How
Just like
cleverly
ground.
convenient of 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 what's his face to do.
Yeah, it's almost too good to be true, really. But you notice that there is a person there, very much a water ganassi, that you can tell by like their mannerisms that they're trying really hard, and they are doing a really good job of fitting in with the crowd. But you can tell this person is way more trained than they're letting on. They are scoping out the scene, and they seem to be keeping an eye out for people as well. They seem to be like observing everyone.
Oh. Um, can I make a check to maybe see if I can spot a Harper insignia on their person?
That's almost an impossible task, even with your high perception, just because it's not going to be like publicly facing in any meaningful way.
If I
You
could
can
see
sort
through
of
clothes, does it seem possible?
if you were able to, yeah, you might have a better chance.
It's a good thing that I can see through clothes.
The impropriety of it, my god.
No, no, trust me, DM. It's for the good of the campaign. It
Wait,
reminds me, I
where
was
are you
talking
right now? Sorry, I'm taking notes.
He's in the
on
tavern.
last night, I was
Okay.
on stream last night, I was talking about how there occasionally you'll have like these weird magic systems where you have to do like incredibly strange things to get your mana back. So it's like, no, 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 dear viewer, I insist. It is necessary for them to make out with each other to regain their mana.
It's necessary.
It's part of the world building, and it's like, okay, but who built the world? Who did that? Who did it? It was you, wasn't it? It was you. So don't. Oh, now I remember what the context of this was. For Briar, the designer of Briar said, the reason why they when they made Briar's design, the reason why they have a petite upper body and a larger lower body is so that way they resemble more like an IV bag or blood droplet. And so it's like, okay, man, okay, sure, dude, that's the reason why.
Sure, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, don't give me this diegetic nonsense. Just say just be honest. It's fine. Like,
Right?
you know,
Look, League of Legends is full of degenerates. Nobody's gonna criticize you, except for the weirdos. They will criticize you, but they're
yeah.
gonna criticize you no matter what.
Exactly.
No, no, dear viewer, I insist. It was necessary for them to have a fat ass so that way they appear like a blood droplet.
Yes, yeah, sure. You know that makes it even more suspicious.
They didn't need to call it out. But no, okay. You use your ghostly gaze. So go ahead and make it. This would probably be more of a. This would just be a perception check. 'Cause you're also trying not to be like crazy obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. You go ahead and you see that embedded sort of on like just like the side of their hip, they appear to have like what appears to be a really faint marking of that indicates they are a Harper.
Okay. Phoenix is probably not going to call them out because he wants them to. I guess they may actually be doing what he suggested. So, feeling a little bit accomplished in this. He'll go ahead and resume the big case that he was doing. To look for the teeth. But I guess he'll right now. I guess he'll assume that that the talk that they had before maybe at least had a little bit of weight to it, and so they're probably believing them, at least to an extent. Yeah. So I'm gonna continue the big case. I'm gonna head to the Shadowfell. I'll leave to Harper to do their work, not to interfere.
You go ahead and head over to where the where you had originally found a spot in the village that like led down into the Shadowfell. To start off, your tracks on the case here yet again. Go ahead and make uh well, you're just starting off just to see if you can find any of those tracks. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
All right. Oh, you love to see it.
They're just rolling like crazy right now. What are these
I
cracks?
think I rolled a 20
Oh,
on the last
God.
time I did this too.
This is nuts.
Happening? What do you keep happening?
Yo.
You go ahead and yeah, no matter how cold the case may have seemed to have been, you can always find the lead that you're looking for. Because last time you kind of looked over at where the plants had grown just slightly less, because that indicated that's where the shadow creature was. In this case, you're searching around to see if there is sort of a trail that is formed from spots of darkness. And indeed, you're able to sort of find what seems like, a natural sort of bouncing point from here to here to here, and seeing if there's maybe any indication that something has been in any of those spaces. So by kind of creating this web inside of your head, a mental web of all the possible paths that might be led, you're able to eventually narrow it down to only like one or two possibilities that it could even be once they reach down here. So you do. You go ahead and continue following along for these teeth that you are looking for. Let me go ahead and find something. Give me just a second.
Phoenix is on the case. Do, 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 do.
And shadow fell. Do 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 do. Oh, I see what's in what I was finding this. Hold on. Making your way through, eventually inside of the Shadowfell, you're able to find what a spot that looks like a larger creature must have met up with where this one was that had stolen the things. Investigating the tracks, you surmise that this must be some kind of dragon that has just received these teeth.
The dragon received the teeth.
Oh boy.
Seems so.
Hmm. Phoenix is just like, not the dragon, huh? I suppose these dragons are. Why would a dragon want? Well, I suppose it makes sense why a dragon would want treasure. Phoenix is tapping his pipe to his mouth and just, I guess, investigates the scene a little bit more thoroughly. Can I use the ring of memories to see the scale and the size? What kind of dragon are we looking at? I guess.
Yeah. You go ahead and you take a look, and inside of the memory that you're able to conjure, you see that there appears to be a shadow demon quivering, right? As it looks like it's bringing it over to what appears to be like a young dragon that they go ahead and present the medallion to. The dragon is seemingly pleased with the results of the work here that was done by this shadowy demon. Goes ahead and uh just breathes a sort of like shadowy mist onto them that seems to empower the shadow demons some and making them a bit stronger. as it then like whisks away over into the shadow once more, and the dragon, clasping the teeth, disappears back over into presumably where the direction of its lair is.
Phoenix will look over in the direction of where its lair is. Alrighty. Do I want to even? I don't. I probably don't want to head there by myself.
Hmm.
But can I maybe approach? Maybe like obviously I'm gonna go ahead and cast a non-detection on myself, and I'm gonna start heading in the direction. However, right around the point where Phoenix believes that he can probably get a good witness of its lair, that's probably when he's gonna turn back.
Okay. You go ahead and you approach. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I rolled terribly.
It is just the minimum here. Let me check something. Approaching to just kind of like outside of the vision of it, of the range, right? You're just trying to. You're not like getting clearly into range of the layer. It's right next to the layer, perchance. You hear the sounds of the dragon that must have heard that something was inside of the tunnel leading to its lair. So it's you can hear it like moving silently. For most people, this would be inaudible, but you can hear the sounds of the shadows whooshing around as it tries to get a good look over into the tunnel itself.
Yeah, it looks like it. But hold on. I'm guessing this is happening in real time. Was that correct?
It is happening, yeah.
Could I maybe have used my detective revelation on that roll, or is it too late now?
Well, sure, I'll let you go ahead and do so.
Yeah, so it turns that 20 to a 27.
Who to roll? Wait, is the 12 the because the reliable talent is what made that a 20, right?
Yes, that's correct. I have a plus 10 to stealth, so reliable talent made the. Wait, no, because I'm rolling at disadvantage. Is why the Ifrit armor makes me roll at disadvantage.
That would do it. Yeah, that would only bring it up to what is that? That'd only be an 18. It would actually be less because
No, because the minimum my roll is a 10, and then I got a plus 10 from my ability scores, and then that'll be 27 with the detective's revelation.
it'll add it to the roll though, not to the result. Your roll was a 1, so it turns out 1 to an 8.
Oh, I see. Okay. Huh, I always thought I added to the result. But I guess if it rolled a 1, yeah, it doesn't change because then the 10 is the minimum, right?
Yeah.
No, wait, then it turned out to a 17, no? If the 10 is the roll?
Let me see. It would be your 1 would turn to a
10.
8. Set to a 10.
It's a 10. Reliable talent is 10.
Yeah. What I mean is, you rolled a 1, adding another 7 onto that turns it to an 8. That's 8 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1. That's still less than 20. The only reason it's 20 is because of reliable talent.
Hold on. What? Okay, so 6 is from the stealth prof, and then 3 from skilled, plus 1 from aspect of law. That's a plus 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
To my roll. And then I rolled a 1, which brings it up to 10 because of reliable talent. So it's 10. And then plus 10 from all the skill profs. So detective revelation, when you use
I need to look at the I need to work at the wording on reliable talent. I don't think it actually turns it to the role itself to a 10. I think it's like the total, the lowest it could be. But let's see. Let me look.
Here's the reliable talent.
You can treat a D20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty unambiguous. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wait, isn't it actually a 10 though?
I thought reliable talent just worked on the results, not on the roll itself. But no, it changes the roll, and then you could use detective's revelation on it.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
it turns that 10 to a 17, and then plus 10 is the 27 total.
Okay.
Apologize for the
Roll.
confusion.
Let me check the rolls that it made. Okay. With your detective's revelation, you're able to sidestep over into just the tiniest nook you're able to see in a wall before it's able to spot you. As you wait patiently for it to eventually sort of give up on thinking that it heard of anything of importance.
All right, I think I found it. Phoenix will make a mental mark of this location, I guess, and he'll scuttle out before it gets too hairy.
All right. Speaking of Harry, Zashi, what are you up to this week?
What we do every night, Pinky.
All right, all right. I'm ready to see it.
Your old spots for practicing Zashi is your crew goes up to you and says, boss, just there's nothing left to burn here. You look out and pretty much as far as you can see, it's just totally charred. They've run out of wooden dummies to bring to you because you burned them too fast.
Damn, I'm getting a little too good at this. Well, now I guess, I don't know, we try to go farther. We try to burn the water.
Oh my
Burn,
god.
burn the water, boss, but it's not flammable.
That's only a stepping stone. I'll make it flammable.
Yo.
My god. Greek
I met a
fire.
woman. I met a woman way back when we were traveling across the sea. She did something very similar, so much so that she denounced her family name to start her own legacy as Melt Lake. I aim
Well,
to do better than just a lake.
we knocked out a lake. Then we turn into lake, the ocean. I don't think we can tackle the ocean, boss.
Well, we start with a lake and then we move our way up.
All right, everyone, search for a lake. They go ahead and your crew goes ahead and spends some time until one of them goes and says, "Ahoy! On this island nearby, found something." So you go ahead and you take the boat out over to an island where you do indeed find that there is a lake there. And while they were there, they had left some of the previous crew behind to sort of set up like little target dummies in the middle of the lake everywhere.
Neat.
Let me double check
Good job,
stuff.
crew. It's time to blast.
I suppose this was bound to happen. I'm here for it.
Give me a moment. I'm just double checking something. Shoop-a-doop-a-doo. Shoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Checking, still checking. So, what is your focus here, Zashi? Is it just trying to literally light the water on fire? Is that your primary attempt? Is just make it flammable?
Something of the sort. Mostly just try to. Well, if making it flammable isn't literally possible, then it's to evaporate as much of it as quickly as possible.
Okay, okay.
Just sort of remove as much water with as little time as possible.
Uh, Go ahead and make a just starting off. Go ahead and make a firestorm roll and insight check.
What?
A firestorm roll and an insight check.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just reading some things first. Mm. All right, so two things happen. The first thing that happens is that you're casting fireballs and firestorms out to try and get as much practice in as you can. You don't bother practicing your meteor swarm because I mean, you know, it just kind of works. Doesn't need more practice.
Just works.
It just works. Moment. By the end of the course of the week, something very intriguing does indeed happen as you just keep on practicing and shooting it. God, why is there so much water inside of this damn lake? Okay, I'm just typing this up. Almost done. So the following two things happen. The first thing is that your fireball has increased in radius yet again, going for, by up to 10 feet expansion rather than the 5 feet it used to be. The other thing is that as your firestorm impacts onto the water, eventually one of your crew goes, "Oh my god, it's happening! Look!" And you see that the surface of the water at that spot where the firestorm hits has lit on fire and stayed lit on fire.
Let's fucking go.
The firestorm, because the fire stays onto the surface of the water, it just keeps on evaporating it and evaporating it and evaporating it. And if you throw a second firestorm onto the water, the entire lake looks like it is burning. As the water level decreases, the fire continues to remain on the surface of it, and it just keeps evaporating faster and faster until there's just a big sort of lake full of steam rising up behind you that eventually transitions into nothing but charred smoke as the fire that settles at the bottom of the lake just stays there. It doesn't dissipate. It just continues staying on fire.
Did he just learn the Amaterasu?
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Sounds like it.
Like, yo.
Your firestorm spell has improved in this way.
Fucking go.
Because he needed yet another fire ability.
Of course I do. I need all of the fire abilities.
Okay, and with that, I think that we pretty much hit everything that people are doing this session. Malark, I still have to show you what the results of this. We should give them something to call by, even if not necessarily a name. I'm going to call them because that's cool and grand.
You're gonna call
I
me
missed
what?
it. What was it?
There we go. I just called them the seamstress.
Ah.
I needed something grand and fancy.
Amazing. Sometimes it's about the finer things in life.
Fun. Just because I like seeing the map populated, I'm going to throw Warren over here. It's just kind of fun. Yeah, same. Same with me. There you go.
Oh my god.
Wherever they may be. Wherever they may be, I'm just placing them on the map because it's fun to see like how the map has a bunch of tokens on
Yeah.
it. Before. Okay. And I think you have an idea of where you might go next session then.
Now it's another place I'm willing to toss my hat into the ring. The Shadow Dragon.
The what?
The
The
Shadowfell.
Shadow Dragon.
Oh.
So there's that in terms of, yes, I think that. But if you're talking books, then probably the Canopic being, right?
Yeah. So
Those
either
are
the Canopic being or the Shadowfell, with the
or
dragon,
both.
or both. But yeah, that I'm tossing my hat in the ring for that one.
Okay.
Okay, I will go ahead and I'll put a little shadow dragon option there then. There. I guess I should remove some of the other reactions then. Having to manually remove reactions. What is this?